Hiya, I'm Jasper, and welcome to video review for Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's a movie starring Michelle Yeoh, chick that I've never seen in anything before, hope to see her in more things, the short round guy from Indiana Jones, and James Wong, and Jamie Lee Curtis. So, as always, I'm gonna give you good, the bad, and the furry. To start off the furry, there's like a little bit technically, but not really anything vital. So moving on to the good and the bad. So this movie, I hadn't really heard anything about it, and from the preview it looked kind of confusing. I was just like, eh. And then Jeremy Jahns reviewed it, and he basically liked it. And then Honest Trailers did their video about it, and they clearly liked it. And I was like, oh man, maybe I should watch this. But by the time I wanted to, it was out of theaters, and it didn't come for free on any of the streaming services that I have. So I was like, eh. And then it got nominated for a whole bunch of Oscars. And I was like, oh no. Oh, it's not going to be a good movie. No, I'm not interested in that. But then it came back to theaters, probably because it won a whole bunch of Oscars, including Michelle Yeoh won for Best Actress, and sorry, I don't remember his name. Short Round won for Best Supporting Actor. And, good for them. They definitely deserved it. According to IMDb, this movie costs somehow less than $15 million to make, and I don't know how that's possible. The trivia was like, oh, they used like 9 animators that learned how to do special effects from YouTube, or, online training. I guess, maybe, but Michelle Yeoh is a really big actress, and so I don't know if maybe she just took like a pay cut to get more on the back end, but this thing made over $100 million, so maybe she made out. I don't know. But regardless, when it was nominated for a bunch of Oscars, I was very concerned that it was not going to be a good movie, because Oscar movies are just garbage most of the time. But I will say, I was pleasantly surprised by this. This movie is absolutely amazing. This is the kind of movie where you're going to be able to rewatch it and rewatch it and rewatch it, and every time you rewatch it, you're going to notice something different. You're going to notice something new. You're going to notice some other little Easter egg thing that they've slipped in to tie all these stories together. And I really like that. So, how to describe this movie? It is a multiversal movie that is entertaining and heartwarming and heartfelt, with awesome amounts of action in it, with just easy to understand concepts. Like, they take the time to explain how the world works visually, and with the actions that are being taken. It's not just like a narrator voiceover. They integrate it into the story quite well. And I like how you slowly, I think it's the properly paced amount to get introduced to the different aspects of how this multiversal thing operates. And then the action is just awesome. And what I love is that, so you get to see, it's a multiversal movie, so you get to see all of these different universes, so to speak. And so, like, with Supernatural, you have our universe, and then you have the, like, Apocalypse universe, right? And we don't really care about the Apocalypse universe. This is the universe we care about. And whatever happens over here in Apocalypse universe pretty much doesn't affect our universe. But in this movie, I would say it's much closer to Cloud Atlas, which is an amazing movie. You should see it if you haven't. But Cloud Atlas, the stories, yes, they take place at different times, but all of the characters and the actors and whatnot, they all relate to one another, and they show, like, growth or lack of growth, depending on the character, and there's interconnectivity. And that is what this movie has, is that there's probably like 3 main, maybe more, maybe less, but I think of them as probably about 3 main realities that they spend the most amount of time in. And I love how they are connected and how they facilitate that connection. And just, it doesn't matter which one is the real one or the accurate one, or like, the Marvel Earth 626 sort of thing. That doesn't matter, because they're all interconnected in an amazing way, and it's just amazing chemistry between all the different actors and actresses, and just absolutely amazing action that's going on. So I am, like, my motto is, like, don't watch Oscar bait movies, because they're always garbage and always terrible. This is the exception. that won a whole bunch of Oscars, and deservedly so. Also, RRR won for Best Song, deservedly so, despite the Academy's best efforts to suck. They did actually make the right choice with Best Song, because RRR is awesome, and that song is awesome. Okay, back to this movie. So, if you have a chance, this movie, I think, deserves to be watched on the big screen because of the action that takes place. The CGI is excellent. The fight scenes are awesome. I will say there's a couple of times where I think that it exaggerates their physics a bit more than the rest of the things, but not any more than like it does for comedic effect. So there's a couple times where I'm like, I feel like they were trying to play this particular fight scene in this way, and that was a bit more like Hong Kong, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon type of physics defined, like running along the treetops type of thing, but not to the point where I didn't like it, especially because other actions later on, other action scenes, made like good use of, I'm going to call it that style of physics, or it didn't quite break the universe that they have established. So that's what I have to say about that. And you know, the music was great. It gave you all the feels while having, you know, excellent action, and just I cannot say enough good things about this movie. So definitely give it a watch. And because it won for a whole bunch of Oscars and was nominated for Oscars, you might be able to find it in your local theater for a discount price to see it on the big screen. But yeah, give it a shot if you haven't seen it already. That's all I have for this one. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye.